All right. Thank you guys for coming back. I hope you had a nice break. So let's go ahead and pick up where we left off. It seems like we went over both of your sides of your relationship and of the conflict, and we came to an understanding of what your basic needs that you guys had in common were. To quickly go over, it's just that you guys all felt like you wanted some sort of belonging in the community for both your households and everyone's households, and you want to have the rules be followed in whichever way possible, and have it fair for everyone to enjoy common areas and the amenities, and for you guys to have a good relationship again as neighbors. So what we're going to do next is we're going to do some brainstorming, and we're going to go ahead and try to throw out some possible solutions that you guys are willing to do that actually could potentially help. So, don't hold back on anything, and don't respond to anyone else's brainstorming solutions, because we're just going to shout them out, and I'm going to go ahead and make a list here that we can then go over. But like I said, don't overthink it too much. We're just going to try to make a collective list back and forth of any possible solutions that you guys seem to have. Because it seems like Mr. Milan, you currently feel that the rules should be followed. And I'm sorry, real quick, you do have the rules in front of you, correct? After the break? Okay. Will you go ahead and read the actual rules for the association just before we start brainstorming, so that we know what the exact situation is?
Yeah, so according to Section 5, anyone who wants to be using any non-members that want to use the facilities must be accompanied by a member, and the member must have their association card on them at all times. And so I feel that for me, a solution would be that either they accompany Peter at all times.
The Hanson family.
Yes.
Anyone from the Hanson family.
Yes. Or they just pay the $20 a month for a full-time guest membership. If they can't be within at all times.
So that's according to the rules, and those are pretty firm according to the rules. So, excuse me. In the sake of brainstorming, some sort of collaborative ideas, let's go ahead and try to break up from the exact rules, and if there's any ways that we could work together.
Yes.
So,
well,
Ms. Hanson, do you have any idea that could go ahead and work along with the rules, or in this case?
I think that these rules should not apply to students, especially Peter's case. He's an exchange student and he's all by himself. He doesn't have that much money. $20 a month is a lot for a student, and he's also paying rent at my place. I don't think that he should pay that much.
So
the
you
rules should be
feel,
changed. Yeah.
So you feel that he shouldn't exactly follow under these rules because he's a student and because he's here for a long time.
Yeah.
So I just want to go over, in this case, bless you.
Thank you.
In this case, it does seem like these are the rules. And if you, let's just talk about, so let's say the, worst alternative to a negotiated agreement would be that, let's say you don't agree to make any kind of agreement or payment or have him be accompanied because it's not possible for your family or anything like that. they may take these rules and somehow evict you guys from the association, or you may have to pay a fine that is higher than the member.
Well, I lived here for 30 years.
Mhm.
I should not.
And you don't feel that, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but that is that's the worst alternative. If you guys
when
don't.
you bought the house, you signed the agreement, the home association agreement.
Mhm.
So whatever is in this book, you have to follow. There's no.
Yeah. So
going
that's
around
understandable as well. But, according to the rules, this is something that maybe that they could do, the association could do, and that maybe they would have something against you. So, I think that, the best alternative is that you guys make this exception and that, your daughter and exchange student can use the pool freely. But, the most likely negotiation that may come out of today is that, these are the rules, and maybe there's some way that you can have some sort of collaborative deal going on, whether it has to do with timing of when he can use the pool or who it's accompanied with or on what hours of maybe the daughter working, or maybe some sort of smaller student payment that maybe could be a new inclusion to the rule book because he is here for such a long time and is a student, maybe student pricing, with his student card, anything of that sort. So I just would recommend that we go ahead and continue with some sort of negotiation just because I want to see a good result from today's mediation, just to have resolve something, because otherwise, the letters may go back and forth and he may take this higher up to the association and it could affect you worse in the future. And I'm sure neither of you want to continue to have this back and forth and have your relationship ruined more. And did I miss anything, Mr. Milan? Do you also feel that, it is possible that, is it possible that there's some sort of collaborative solution that maybe we could contribute to the rules? Is there some addition to the rules that we could add, maybe relating to the fact that it is a student?
Yeah, I think we can make some sort of amendment here and there to specifically fit the needs of Peter as a student. But
so how do you feel about if there was some sort of
I do feel that there needs to be some sort of payment, in order for him to use the facilities. I'm actually
what would you
doing
feel
the math.
payment? What would you feel appropriate for a payment? And Ms. Hanson,
$240 for 1 year
uh-huh,
and $480 for 2 years.
is the typical member payment.
Yes.
If he were to pay for his 2 years.
Yes.
So, and Ms. Hanson, how do you feel about making any sort of payment?
Well, I think that's a lot for a student. That's like a whole semester or 2 semesters worth of textbooks,
And so what would you recommend? Is there a lower price that you would recommend, or what would you like to see?
A fair amount should be about $5 a month for a student.
$5 a month?
Yeah.
For a student, an exchange student over 2 years.
Exactly.
That's $60 a year
Mm-hmm.
and $120 total.
So a discounted price for this long-term guest who's a
Right.
student, who's 18,
Yeah.
and maybe doesn't have enough money to
And let me
pay
point
for
out
it.
that the rules were made 30 years ago, and there's only just one rule. Now we have more residents living here. There should be more options and for these memberships, how people can use them. So it should be more flexible now because it can create a lot more
You
difficulties.
feel that, maybe that this is going to be a recurring problem for
Exactly.
other people. And how do you feel about how the rules currently are?
I think there's nothing wrong with the rules. I do feel that we do need to have some sort of amendments here and there, like we are doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
It would be such a shame that every time someone has an issue, they would have to go to this great of a length to resolve it. So I do feel that a permanent clause of this sort would be very helpful.
Okay, so both of you seem willing to have some sort of student rate for exchange students, or guest rate for long-term guests, or specifically students. So, how do you feel about Miss Hansen's idea of $5 per month for 2 years total?
I think $5 is reasonable, but if we were to be saying, if we were going to be going more general with this agreement, I don't think just anyone should be paying $5. That's a little ridiculous. But for a student, I think that's reasonable. For a student
only.
But if it were just a regular member, I think they should pay the $20.
Stick to the $20 per month.
Whereas anyone can just come and take advantage of our entire facilities.
Well, my daughter is not an exchange student, but she works there. So I think that she shouldn't pay at all.
Well, I think that your daughter has...
Because he brought it up, a regular member has to pay $20. And my daughter works there, she shouldn't pay that.
So maybe either student or employee fee could be $5? Could that be the... they have to have either their employee card or their student card with them at all times to prove that they have a special...
I can see that working, Because then, I mean, you have to look at it in a realistic sense. If we were to just say $5 for anyone to come use it, then half the neighborhood's going to have guests for $5 coming using our pools, you know?
No, I didn't say we have to make it all $5 for all the members. Like, my husband and I, we pay the regular price whenever we're playing.
Mm-hmm.
I understand the pool, everything needs maintenance fees and all that, you know?
Yeah.
So, but for students and for employees, definitely there needs to be rearranged.
Yeah, I think I can agree with that.
Okay. So, just so we are 100% certain, I'm just going to go ahead and scribe an agreement together that is something that we can all agree on to cover all the binding elements of who, what, where, when, why, and how that this will take place with the money and maybe the circumstances of the rules that are going to be changed or that we can petition to be changed with the association.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something you guys want to go forward with today?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we'll give you a minute to write up your scripture.
So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to start writing it, and if I have any questions about the details, go ahead and I'll ask you guys for what works best with your schedules or the location, stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead. So we'll start off with Hansen family and their exchange student will pay the homeowners association a total of $5 exactly. And what does the homeowners association usually use? Is it cash or is it check?
I think they do in-person cash.
Cash only.
At the beginning of each month.
Okay.
So
it's a cash only office. For the member
for
payments.
The member add-ons, correct.
Okay, so there's no other forms of payment.
No.
Okay, perfect. So it's going to be in cash only, and it's going to be brought to
HOA office.
the HOA office, and that is located at where?
The clubhouse.
The clubhouse. And what exact address is that one?
I believe it's
Does it
one.
say in this book?
Oh, let me check to make
Okay.
sure. Oh yes, it's right here. It's 111
111.
Williams Power Lane.
Power Lane. Okay. And that's San Jose, California?
Yes.
Okay. San Jose, California, 95131. Excuse me. So, it's going to be the Hanson family and their exchange student will pay the HOA a total of $5 in cash only, brought to the HOA office located at the clubhouse on 111 Williams Towers Lane, San Jose, California, 95131.
At the beginning of each month.
So the first. Due by the first of each month. Is there any need for it to be mailed in, or do you think because you live in direct location that it's not a problem to have it dropped in the mailbox at this location?
Yeah, I think we can do that.
Okay, so you feel there's no need to have any sort of mail in or any other check or anything because they do only accept the cash.
Mm-hmm.
And during, is there office hours available?
Let me check.
Okay. For the clubhouse or the HOA office?
Oh yes, it's from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
To 4 p.m. Okay. Every day?
Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday. Okay, so let's say that the first of the month is on a Saturday.
Then it can go to the next.
The following Monday?
Yes.
It's okay for the... Okay, so if not the first is Monday through Friday, then the following Monday is accepted.
Following business day, yes.
Okay, and so let's say, is there a late fee payment? So let's say they miss by a day or two.
I think
that
we
is
should
not a
just
weekend.
say every day that it's late, it will double.
Every day it will double. So not including the weekend hours that they're unavailable. Excuse me.
No, just on business
Okay, so
days.
let's say it's on a Monday and they bring it on Tuesday. So they then would have to pay $10.
Every late business day is a double. Doubles.
So do you agree with that, or do you feel that that's acceptable, or how would you like to handle the late payment?
Listen, we have to have some sort of way to hold people accountable.
Sure. I'm pretty sure since we live...
That you don't see a problem getting it on time? Okay. So, no late payments accepted, otherwise doubled. And then let's see, we also have to say, can anyone from the household be paying the cash, or does it need to be the student himself with the ID card? Is that what the excuse me?
I think we can allow anyone to pay as long as it's paid towards that account.
Okay, so
as a guest,
anyone can drop off the $5 or the payment. But so maybe the initial
but it
payment.
has to be made to the Hanson's account.
So the initial payment has to have the student ID card present, correct? To prove this is a student account.
And
Or
it's
an
only
employee.
going to be Peter and my daughter paying because my husband and I, we paid the yearly membership. We don't have to do the monthly ones.
And we should also make it obvious that only students and employees are paying $5. Otherwise, it's $20.
Yeah, the original agreement with HOA is that it's $20. So this is only for students and employees, and they have to be present on the first day of the account opening to prove that they are a student or employee.
Correct.
Okay.
So
and are you okay with all of this?
Yeah, so we settled the agreement on paying membership. I mean, I'm okay with that. You know, having
So,
Peter paying them.
mhm.
But I still want the apology letter from him since he's representing the association administration and he's setting up all these rules, and I need like official letter from you guys saying
that this is okay, or that
saying that what they did before, sending that angry letter, whatever, was very unprofessional. If you have something to tell me or tell me the rules, show me the rule book, you have to like make it more official.
So, yeah, why don't we go ahead and backtrack for a minute? So we have this whole thing lined up that you guys both agreed to with the payment methods, and you are agreeing that you do feel responsible for making a small payment, student payment and employee payment, for your household, for the members. And this membership will act just as any other membership. Is that correct? And that they are allowed to use any of the facilities unattended by anyone else. And because they are over 18, that they count as official members. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so then there's no strings attached based on who they need to be with, so they will officially be their own standing members. Okay, so why don't we go and backtrack a little just to cover all of the bases. So the exchange student has been using the facilities for the past 3 months. So how do you guys want to handle that situation? How would you like to handle the past 3 months? You're stating that you would like an apology from them for the past 3 months and how they've treated this situation. Do you think that or how else would you like to handle based on payment?
Well, for the past 3 months, since Peter has been here, I will personally pay for his...
the back due of the 3 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want Peter to pay for it because it's not his fault. He doesn't know, so...
But you do agree to paying for the back due amount.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will pay it myself.
And then, does that help your side at all, Mr. Milan?
Yeah, I think that works. As long as everything from here on out is covered, I think I'm okay.
How do you feel about her request for an apology?
I will definitely make sure that Peter receives an apology, but as a member, I feel that you should have known the rules and that I don't really owe you an apology.
Okay.
That's just how I feel.
So you feel that
But I feel that I could have made Peter feel uncomfortable or uneasy, considering he is new to the area and foreign. And so I do think he does deserve an apology. You, on the other hand, I don't know.
So you feel that you do feel some sort of remorse that Peter was caught up in something that he didn't know about.
Yes.
But you feel that the Hansen family should have maybe known about the rules.
Mm-hmm.
But there was some confusion about the rules, and this is a new rule that is coming to be implemented. And you guys have been neighbors for a long time, and so you both want there to be no more conflicts between each other. And
I would hope.
What do you want the future of your and the Hansen family relationship to be like?
I would hope that we can just get back on track,
Back to how you guys were and respecting and belonging in the community.
Yes.
And how do you feel coming forward?
I'm glad that he said he will give the apology letter to Peter, because that is the most important to me. Yes, I didn't know about the rules, and this is a new rule that we just agreed on. So as long as he apologizes to Peter, then I'm fine.
And you guys would like to move forward with this agreement? I can go over it one more time right now before we go ahead and sign it off.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the parties, the Hansen family and their exchange student what's his name? I'm
Peter.
sorry. Peter.
Mhm.
Hanson family and Peter, and Mr. Milan and his household, they have engaged in a mediation on 12/8/16 with mediator Elizabeth Hayes, and they have reached an agreement regarding their mutual concerns. The following describes their agreement by which both parties waive confidentiality as to members of the court system and agree to be bound. So here are the following aspects. So the Hanson family and their exchange student and daughter will pay to the HOA a total of $5 per month. The monthly payment is in cash only. No other forms of payment are accepted. It must be brought to the HOA office located at the clubhouse at 111 Williams Power Lane, San Jose, California, 95131. It is due by the 1st of each month, and again, $5 cash only. It must be dropped off during office hours only, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., only open Monday through Friday. If the first of the month is not a Monday through Friday, they have till the following Monday to make the payment, and there's no late fee. If they miss a day to make the $5 payment past the first of the month, that is on a Monday through Friday, then the payment will double each day that it is late. And then anyone can make this $5 payment. Anyone in that household can make the $5 payment for each of the exchange student or employee, but the first time that the account is open, the exchange student or employee must be present to show their card to prove that they deserve this discount, this long-term discount. And the discount is for anyone who is staying for a year or more. And again, it is $5 per month. And so the regular monthly fee would be $20 for a regular member, but this gives the student or employee the same access as a regular member. They do not need to be accompanied by any other member as long as they're over 18, which both of these people are. And they don't need to be accompanied by anyone. They get the same treatment, and this is going to be implemented possibly into the rule book for all future families that have similar situations, as long as it abides by these exact circumstances. So let's see. Why don't we go ahead and sign the bottom here, just to say that you agree to everything that is being implemented with the HOA and that this is being added to the rules of all right, thank you. And then just moving forward from here on, you guys did say that you want to go back to having a respectful relationship, and I'm hoping that the common interests that you guys had, the common needs, were belonging into the community and excuse me, we're belonging into the community, and now everyone can have that sense of belonging as members, and also understanding both sides of your situation a little more, and having the respect for each other, and safety of the amenities. Did you guys feel this way? Is there anything that I missed with the bottom line needs being covered?
No, I think you covered that.
And Ms. Hanson,
Yeah.
how do you guys feel coming out of this mediation now? Mr. Milan, how do you feel coming forward?
I feel that I feel a sense of relief. I feel
Why do
I
you feel
feel-
relieved?
I just feel like, we really got some good stuff done. We came to a good agreement. I think we can both say that we got something good out of it,
Mm-hmm.
and I appreciate your help.
And how about you, Ms. Hanson? How do you feel coming forward out of this mediation today?
Well, I'm pretty happy about everything that's been settled before. It was just between us. It was just very confusing with all the rules, and I didn't know what was going on. And after coming here, like having all these issues resolved, I'm pretty happy about it.
You seem a little reserved still. Is that correct, or am I just interpreting your body language wrong?
Well, not having an apology to me
Mhm.
made me feel a little bit upset.
So you're still kind of waiting on a potential apology to Peter and to kind of finalize.
Yeah, but I'm not going to force
The
it,
hurt
because
emotions.
I wish that we could have fix our relationship as neighbors, but maybe in the future we could maybe. Yeah.
So do you have a positive outlook right now?
Yeah.
On the, or what's your outlook for your future relationship?
I'm hoping maybe later we can get along more, and yeah.
What's your best option for future communication between you two?
Me,
Both of you.
the best means of communication, I think, would just be a simple phone call,
Yeah, since we've been neighbors for this long, and we have some common grounds, I think. Knowing this place have changed and became more diverse as a community, I think we can reflect back to that, and I think our conversations can
Be a little better from
Yeah.
now on. Perfect. That's,
Constructive.
yeah, exactly what I was hoping you guys would get out of this, just to kind of break it down into more your neighborly needs as opposed to the little surface conflict that was going on. So, all right, I'm glad that you guys found this to be successful, and I hope that you guys keep in great communication with each other, and we do have this contract that we can go ahead and send over to the HOA and get it all approved. So I can go ahead and send this over, and I will be in communication with you guys based on the outcome of this. But I wish you guys luck in your future in the association and as members and as neighbors, and I hope you guys all have a good community again.
Thank you. Appreciate your help.
No problem. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for being here today and participating so
Thanks.
well.